The biggest thing holding you back, your greatest weakness, it's you, the man in the mirror. Many fighters never recover from a devastating defeat. Why is that? It's because they realize they can be defeated. They lose all the confidence that they had prior, and they start focusing on that one loss instead of all their wins. It's not the one that is physically strongest that wins, but the one that is mentally strongest. You've all heard it before. It's not the size of the dog that matters, but rather the size of the fight that's inside the dog. It's because the one who loses in their mind has already lost the match. Because the win or loss in your mind dictates whether you're gonna win or lose in the ring. We all face this battle every single day of our lives, but you have to decide, are you going to rise to the challenge and become a champion, or are you going to accept defeat? Hi, my name is Seth, and I know all too well what it feels like to be knocked down and kicked repeatedly while you're on the ground. Over the years, I've been in over 12 car accidents. I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia and Central Sensitization Syndrome, which dramatically amplifies pain in the body. And even the slightest sound can send shockwaves of pain through my entire body. Over the past 10 years, I haven't known what it feels like to sleep through the night, to be able to take a simple breath without so much excruciating pain. Time and time again, as soon as I start training and feeling like I'm getting on top of things, I get a flare-up, and then it sets me completely back, like climbing a mountain and falling off a cliff and having to start all over again. But as Rocky put it, it isn't about how hard you can hit that matters. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward, how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. It's about rising each time you fall, one step, one punch, one round at a time. We all know all too well what it feels like to get sucker punched right when things start to go well. This is life. Our challenges might have a different flavor, but we all have them. Why do we love underdog movies like Rocky Balboa so much? Is it because we can relate to their origin stories, or because that we know what it feels like to be in the trenches? Or maybe it's because it gives us belief that we too will come out on the other side and be victorious. Today, I want to give you the winning formula, the secret that I have used to get back on the horse every single time I have fallen off on my recovery journey, no matter how discouraging it may have been. When I reflect, it seems that this is the same pattern that we see in underdog stories as well as in real life. But in life, it isn't always about if you get back up, but rather your success depends on how fast you can get back up. That's what matters. Imagine Rocky, every single time he got knocked down, if he didn't get back up fast enough, he would have lost the match immediately. The same goes for you. If you have a goal to lose weight and you miss a day working out, or you cheat on your diet, do you get back up again the next day and get back at it? Or does it take you a week, a month? The next time January 1st rolls around, or the next time you feel motivated, whatever that means. Your success or failure will be determined by how fast you can get back up when you fall. Here is the Underdog Journey to Victory roadmap. So before you understand how to get out of the slump, you have to first understand how the cycle begins. It starts with the crash. In the movie Rocky, he loses his big fight. In our life, it could be as simple as missing a day working out, cheating on our diet, getting sick, getting injured, getting fired or laid off. It could be even anything that we weren't expecting, big or small, anything that sets us back. Then doubt starts to set in, and this is the real damage. You may feel like a failure, a fraud, like you're never gonna reach your goal. This is normal for you to feel like you're not good enough. Everyone has been in the dark wilderness. You're no different, but you can't stay there. The longer you stay in that depression, the more you tell yourself you're not good enough, the more you train your brain to fall into the exact same rut. But take comfort. The best of the best still have these days. It's part of being human. But your failure does not define you. How you respond to failure defines you. Your character is not determined by what happens to you, but how you respond to what happens to you. Are you going to repeat the same mistakes, or are you going to commit yourself to follow a new path? Most fighters never recover from a big loss. It's because they replay that loss over and over inside their heads. Instead of focusing on all their previous wins and what it took for them to get there, they keep focusing on that one loss. So the first step is to, as Mufasa said, remember who you are. In movies, there's always a moment when someone or something reminds the hero, the character, who they are. This is the trick to get out of the slump. There are 3 ways to help you do this. The first one is to remember what you are fighting for. In the movie Rocky, Apollo Creed reminds Rocky Balboa why he started in the first place. In your life, it might be your kids, your spouse, a friend, a dramatic event, a mission that you have, a moment when you realize that it's not just about you, that you have something bigger to fight for. The second way is to build your belief and confidence in yourself by remembering your wins. In the movie Rocky, Mickey shows Rocky his old tapes of the fire that he had inside him. So remember your wins by looking at past awards, pictures, victories, reflecting on the moments that impacted you in your life that you were proud of when you overcame some challenge. These wins will boost your confidence in yourself. Write down a list of over 20 because you really have to go deep, and it takes about 20 of these in a list to truly get yourself in the right mind and truly start reflecting on those wins that you had. Remember this, you don't have to be strong to rise again. You can rise again just by refusing to quit. Like Rocky Balboa, he refused to quit and he just kept getting back up. By the way, if you found any of this content helpful, subscribe and join us underdogs on this journey to becoming champions. There was an inspiring moment in the movie Rocky when his wife Adrian says, "What are you afraid of?" This is a solid point because this is one of the things that could really help you get out of this slump. You think about what is the worst that can happen? What will happen if you don't take action? And what can you control? Because when you actually put it in perspective of what is the worst that can happen, when you actually come to terms with it, normally it's actually not that bad. It's not something that we can't handle. It might be discomforting, but if you're living in the United States like me, it's nothing compared to many other countries. The worst of the worst is still significantly better than how many people are living around the world. Also, when you think about what's going to happen if you don't take action, it can put a little bit of positive fear in you that if you don't do something, then this is going to be your reality. Just like if you don't go to work, you're going to lose your house. And also, what is really, really important is that you have to focus on what you can control. Because if you start thinking about everything that you can't control, then that's going to give you a lot of anxiety. The next step is to return to the basics. Every underdog builds from the ground up. In the movie Rocky, there's a montage where he's training, he's running in the snow, he's lifting rocks with a chain, he's running around chasing chickens, he's punching meat. You have to return to the fundamentals. This is the key. Shut out the noise, get back to the simple things, and do the things that are gonna rebuild your confidence. Start gaining some wins. If you were a fighter, this would be maybe not going after the person that just beat you severely, but taking on some easy wins, something to get you going, start building that momentum again. This could be simple things in your life. Start just getting to the gym. Don't worry about the workout, just get into the gym and do something. Eat a clean meal. Go for a walk after work or after dinner. Go to bed on time. Wake up at the first time your alarm goes off instead of snoozing it 100 times. Just doing these simple things will start to build momentum for yourself. Something I thought was funny was there was someone who was talking about their patients that would come to them for depression. And they said that the number one thing that they would tell them when they were chronically depressed is that they need to go back home and clean for a week and then return. And when they returned, most people, their depression was completely gone. It's because they got back to the simple things and they did the things that they could control and they cleaned up. And when everything was organized around them, they started to feel like they were more on top of things. It built their confidence. Contrary to what people may think, champions don't start with intensity. They start with the small things done consistently with the right attitude and grit. This is their character. Another example is, I remember back when I played video games as a teenager, Call of Duty or Halo, I would work so hard to get to the hardest point in the level, and then I would get killed and get sent all the way back. And it may have taken me a very long time to get to that point. However, if I tried to rush the progress and go fast back to where I was, I would just lose over and over and over again because I was not taking the time it originally took to get to where I was at. Yes, I might be able to go a little bit faster because I've already done it, but if I try to rush through it, I try to run through enemy fire, I'm gonna get shot down. So it's not much different in our own life. We have to also take it slow and do small things consistently. If we have an injury and we try to rush getting back to where we were, we're going to push ourselves too hard and we're gonna get re-injured. And then we're gonna have to start all the way back and maybe even taking off extra time because we re-injured ourselves. Your comeback isn't a moment. It's a decision repeated daily. It's the habits. It's the consistency that you have every single day. It's not how much effort you put in a day, but rather how often you did it within a week. There is no overnight successes. Rocky spent hours and hours training through blood, sweat, and tears up until the moment everybody was watching, and then he made a name for himself. It seemed like he came out of nowhere, but nobody saw the blood, sweat, and tears he was putting in when nobody was watching. Stop letting your bad days turn into a bad week. It's time to build momentum. It's time to rise. It's not how hard you fall, it's how fast you can get back up that matters.